everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking multiple offers. Honestly, if you have a multiple offer problem, that's a great problem to have, especially during these times. But it's not like a easy decision, right? Like honestly, I'm not even gonna lie for real. So I've been searching for a job for about like 8 months. Like really aggressively for like about 6 months. And this was the first time I've ever gotten like multiple offers, but I literally got three offers at the same time. And that is so amazing. Because usually, like, I've always only had like one offer, I've never had like two, or even like when I would, like do internships, it was always like one internship offer. So this was like very new to me. And if there's one thing about me, like when it comes to making a decision, whew, that's like my horror story. I cannot make a decision for a life of me. So having three offers was like it was a mental toll. I'm not even gonna lie. I kept asking for like extensions and I also felt bad because I felt like I was wasting people's time, and also like if somebody was potentially like, in line, potentially like a second choice for them, like, that person can have it. So it was a lot. It was a lot. But let's get right into like some of the things that I did that helped me kind of like decide on what offer that I felt was best for me ultimately. So first, I got a piece of paper. Like you're gonna need a piece of paper, not a computer, not like a tablet or anything like that. Literally like a old school piece of paper, and literally list your offers down and like go through like the steps that I'm gonna talk about in my video, because that's exactly what I did. So first, I would definitely say get clear on what you want. I feel like you should know what you want from the jump start. That was something that I learned as I was going through like different interviews and like getting rejected and all of that stuff. But you should definitely know what you're looking for in your new job. Like if it's hybrid, if it's fully remote, or if you don't care about none of that stuff, like what flexibility are you looking for? Like your commute, what salary? You should absolutely know like what your non-negotiables are. Like get very clear on what you want. Um, and like I kind of like, unfortunately, like once I had a three, that's what I really had to like sit down and be like, okay, what am I looking for? But yeah, and yeah, definitely get clear on what you want. Like when it comes to trying to decide like what's very, very important to you. Um, I know for me, like one of the offers that was like very easy to cut out of the three was like one that initially talking to the recruiter was like, "Hey, it's gonna be hybrid," and like halfway through the interview, she was like, "Oh, never mind, it's not gonna be hybrid anymore." Which I still went through the interview because like I still liked the role, but honestly, the once I had it, I think I did that out of desperation because I really, really wanted to get out of like my old role because it was a very toxic environment. So I kind of like just went along with it, and I felt like, you know, looking back, honestly, it was never gonna work because like the commute was very long. I was not gonna do that. But I was kind of desperate. So that's another thing. Like, don't look out of like desperation. I would say like don't choose a job out of desperation. But yeah, definitely like get clear on what you want. Like when it comes to your flexibility, your PTO, insurance, your benefits, like stock options. Those are all things that like your quality of life. It helps with the quality of life. So just get very clear on like your priorities, basically. So yeah, I feel like most people like kind of just look at the salary, but I mean, I think like when it comes to like your quality of life, right? Like the flexibility you're looking for, um, when it comes to like stock options that some companies provide, education benefits if you're into that, all of that stuff. Like look at it as a whole instead of just like looking at the salary. So like I said, I had three offers initially, and one of them it was really easy to cut off. Once I kind of got out of the feeling like I had no option, you know what I mean? Because like when you go through that rejection, it kind of does a little something to yourself. It kind of like makes you a little discouraged. So yeah, so I did go along with that one, but once I realized I had like multiple options, that was very easy to throw out the window. I'm not gonna lie. So that was that. The commute was for that one, even though the role was very good as well. And then so now I had to choose between the two. That I really liked. The commute was great. I really had to look at the benefits. Um, I would say that it was more of it was given like a little red flag, but we're gonna get to that. But yeah, definitely like compare the full compensation package, not just like the base salary. Like look at everything as a whole when trying to like decide between like multiple offers. I would do it that way. So the third thing I would do is definitely evaluate like the growth opportunities. Like kind of like what is your long-term goals and what is your short-term goals, right? So for me, I was like it was very important for it to like matter to my long-term goals. And yeah, like I evaluated both of them that way. um Ultimately the one I ended up going with, I felt like had a more clearer path or more potential for me to like meet that long-term goal that I have set for myself. um Also like growth opportunities could be like education. If you want to go back to school, that is something. If you care about like getting promoted or like moving up like the corporate ladder, like that is something like I feel like you should definitely evaluate. So number four, I would say evaluate the day by day, like the reality of the job. This part I like did it during my interviews. Like, so I'm coming from like a very, 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 very toxic environment. I mean, super, super toxic. I mean, this would like it would have to be another video, honestly. The manager was so toxic. Don't even get me started. But so I feel like it kind of benefited me in a way while doing my interview. Like I kind of knew what to look out for, like the kind of words or like nonverbal cues that would give me a toxic environment or like a toxic manager. So I definitely asked questions like that were pertaining to the environment. I mean, it was very, very important to me to like try to like scope out the work environment for the interviews during my job interview. And if I forgot something, I definitely asked, like reached back out um to get some clarification on it. But yeah, so and I took lots of notes. So like make sure you take notes during your interviews. Like that's like a very good practice to have. Because that definitely helped me like in evaluating like when it came to like trying to evaluate the day to day or like the like the job environment. Because I mean ultimately like money aside, everything aside, I just want a peaceful environment. Like I just want a peace of mind when I go to work. Like I don't want to go to work anxious, which is what was happening to me. Like my old job, like it was a very, very toxic environment. So definitely try to scope out like your day to day, which I think you can get during your interviews. Like, because I mean, even though they're interviewing you, like low key, you're also kind of interviewing them to make sure it's like the right job for you and also like the right environment for you. So yeah, definitely like scope out the day to day, which I think like very, very important. Probably like the most important out of like all five. When it comes to trying to evaluate like multiple offers, in my opinion. Number five, when all else fails, just go with your gut. Like that red flag. Because example, like when it came to like choosing between my offers, there was like one particular one like I couldn't decide between two, and I really liked it. Like everything just seemed so great. Like comparing my notes, all of that, but there was just something, and I went back for I went back for clarification, and I feel like the answer that I got, it was very much like not satisfactory to my spirit. Like something was very much like side eyed, Um, and when you're going to a new role, like I said, like what's important to you, and for me, like the quality of life is very, very important to me because we do spend most of our days at work. So you know, like if I have to like beg you to use my PTO, like do I really want to be at that job? Like I personally, I don't want to be in an environment like that. Not saying that I don't want to work, but like I shouldn't have to beg to use my PTO vibes. Like, no. Last but not definitely not the least, um, make the decision. Make the decision and toss the keys. Literally. Cause and like, yeah, it's okay to like try to like ask. It's definitely a good. I mean, I not against it, but if you want to ask for opinions and stuff, but ultimately, like the decision is yours. And I feel like asking too many people, like you kind of like get crowded, like your mind get crowded, which is why I think it's very very important. Like the first thing like to do is try to like get clear on like what your non-negotiables are, and then like that guides your decision, right? As compared to like asking for other people's opinions, and they may have different priorities and different things they look out for that may not necessarily be like what you're looking for. And so, yeah, just like pray about it and like literally make a decision and just like never look back. Just literally like make your decision, toss away the keys, and be like, "Oop, I did it. Oops, I guess we're gonna have to see." Like, if you're stuck, just go with your gut. Like, look out for the red flags and literally just go with your gut feeling. And once you make that decision, like, just because I mean, you gotta make a decision. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked or this video helped you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have like any ways that you do to like to help you like evaluate multiple offers, make sure to like put that down below, because I'm very interested in learning how different people kind of like think through how they decided between multiple offers. And if you're currently choosing between multiple offers, make sure to drop a comment below how you're deciding that. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye bye.